Obiregu ya, biregu ya, obiregu ya, biregu ya, obiregu ya, biregu ya, obiregu ya, biregu ya, tia sepa yerike ye, everybody bawa se wo se. Soko, uwa uyenya so many. Everybody bawa say wo say. Free me soko, uwa uyenya so many. I mean, see what we regu ya. Oh, regu ya. Ah, oh, regu ya. Oh, regu ya. Oh, yes, my can it's here. If you have a castle, that's what church that you have one in your papa. Here, the Randy Ampa. Yes, yes, the Randy Bar one so sad. Well, when into the bench, free me so called. Wow, yeah, so many. Everybody bow one say, who say, free the so-called. Wow, yeah, so many. I mean, so
And yanum, the Mamunyana, Joe, Bill, Unia Paul, and Masaba Munchen. Na many more beche every asim. And yanum, a samoa, and you may, and I said, Nede, ye besusu wing, a samoa, a wing here, or Christo Nibia. Na Sauber more, and saying, oh, social media, no. There has been some sensitive discussions at also social media. Efa to treat trivia, abeto a rebia, a friend of ABENA BECKY, or nay, not sorry for a Pentecost for entem. Na, there a ray, say Pentecost, a sorry no, one no more a year near mebia, already an isusu mono, or who say. Ene ni asmafo no ekyerɛkyerɛ no ana sɛ de kyerɛ kano enko eno nti wofi ase ekasa a okasa de den ekyerɛ ni nuanom Pentecost fo sɛ wonom adwene bɛba ye ho so na yɛbɛsesa afri saa eniema yi mu na mempɛ sɛ mɛka ni okaye no sɛ video bi yo hɔ no mo a wangasa ebochiremo na muti free sa ewrey a ye friend say ABENA BECKY anase anti BECKY muti free nanum metie ni interviews bebre a one nkrofo aye ewo many platform social media platforms so na nsan yara ba ko bi a oye a woni onua bi e friend say Peter Polly a ono and a control Churches of Christ worldwide platform no. On any yard the and none a come a come say and nunti membra na me make some fat sa adieho. The interview wa yenia Polly and no yo no. Yenia BECKY echo Sora Obroni say he made so many allegations against the Church of Pentecost. And also stated some practices there. Or feel say Church of Christ if also so ya no or the one no more any. ɛno nti nneɛma bebree no ɔkaaeɛ na ne titiriw no mepɛ sɛ wote firi n'anumu na ɛno akyire no yɛbɛba abɛtoa so na afei yabaaba ne nsɛm a ɔkaaeɛ no mu yie ɛno nti beretia wɛɛ bi monhwɛ video yi monhwɛ asɛm a yɛnnua baa bɛkɛ yi ka na ewie a yɛbɛba na afei nso so no nnum yɛ no yɛabɛdi ho nkɔbɔ enti hwɛ video yi beretia wɛɛ bi
ni nyinaa yɛ James 1:27 na medi nkan kan ho asɛm yi. Me ba behu sɛ Church of Pentecost mu no yɛpɛ afɔrebɔ paa. Yɛka afɔrebɔ a asɔre no yɛbɔ afɔreɛ taiti yɛde twe yɛn. Afɔrebɔ yi yɛyɛ program ne yɛde target ato so. Kyɛ sɛ sika gyegye deɛ ɛdɔɔso wɔ asafo no mu. Na mepie James 1:27 so a mehu sɛ nyamesom papa ne sɛ yɛmmoa mmɔborɔfoɔ nanso asafo yi mu mpanimfoɔ bɛgyegye sika yi bebree na mmɔborɔfoɔ a ɛwɔ asafo no mu deɛ yɛnkasa wɔ ho no ɛno ɛna Bible verse ne hyɛ yɛn nkura sɛ no ɛsɛ sɛ yɛba out na yɛakasam afei so mebehu Acts chapter 4 verse 34 and 35 a yɛhu sɛ bere asomafoɔ no hyia mu no nea ɛba wɔ mu nsɛm nyinaa Bible sɛ wɔn mo kyekyɛ mu ɛma obiara sɛdeɛ ehia no nti adanti ɛna yɛn nso yɛyɛ Kristo Yesu akyidifoɔ na yɛntimi practice deɛ Bible no ka na yɛn mpanimfoɔ deɛ wɔn gyegye sika na wɔn deɛ ɛkɔgu bank na adeɛ baako atwa me nsuo mu koraa ne sɛ yɛ Pentecost chairman ba out na ɔbɛka sɛ yɛbɛgyegye sika no nanso yɛnkyɛ ma wo nti wonsom Nyame agyae ti wotina ase na wohwɛ nsɛm bi ɛkɔ so wɔ asafo no mu a bibisa me ho sɛ na ɛyɛ Kristo akyi na yɛdi anaa sɛ ɛyɛ ɛdeɛn na yɛyɛ wɔ asɔre hɔ na ɛno ana medi hu sɛ Church of Christ foɔ no asafo no ɔmo som no asafo no ɛngye tithes asafo no ɛnyɛ program ɛnhyɛ da mfa sikasɛm ɛnha members asomdwie na mebehu wɔ Church of Christ mu sɛ ɔmo asafo no ɛyɛ just free will na ɛno nso no yɛkɔtwerɛ no mu a ɛwɔ hɔ asomafoɔ no a ɛde Kristo som baeɛ no ɛyɛ just free will wɔahu sɛ asomafoɔ no yɛ program de target to so atwi Nyame mba wɔahu sɛ asomafoɔ no gye tithes wɔahu sɛ asomafoɔ no yi sikasɛm ɛpamu Nyame mba wɔ asɔredan mu ɛno na ma ya na mebɔ Church of Christ for aba so kakra sɛ in fact sɛ yɛkɔ ɔman Ghana mu a ɛnso ne nyinaa yɛbɛka sɛ Church of Christ deɛ mo practice asomafoɔ no ɛnkyerɛkyerɛ bi papaapa because
sɛnea mo ankasa mote firi yɛ nuaba yɛ no mu hɔ no kyerɛ sɛ wɔn ho deɛ nti a ɛwɔ sɛ Pentecost asɔre no entumi ɛmmoa wɔn a wɔn ho kyerɛ wɔn na ɛnso so bɛɛ nyinaa na ɔgyegye saa ntotosoɔ dodo yi na afei nso wɔn asɛm mu no so sɛ ntotosoɔ dodo no koraa no ɛnyade a ɛka Kristosom ho ɛnɛ dɛ firstly the kind no I recommend this lady for this bravery to expose some unbiblical practices in her own church. Yabeka nyina ne say me bo yenua bai na baso wakokoduru a wanya na nioma osusu say enye Bible kwan so anase Bible nkyerɛkyerɛ na sorry Pentecost of 4 year no obeyi na die enye nipa nyina na betumi asa empo emema mpo no bebre ntumi nye sɛ niamba bi ekoso ɛwɔ na sorry mu na dwene mu bi kura no obi asua de na nipa kwa ka kyerɛ sɛ saa ne yɛmɛn enye Bible kwan so a enye nipa nyina na benya akokoduro na wɔn ma confronto wɔn asɔre mpanimfoɔ no wɔn aka na enso so yenua bai awura yi onya akokoduro a den nyina no onka na no tomu na obeyi saa sinto a ekoso ɛwɔ nasɔre mu ɛde akyerɛ nasɔre no the person nyina ne say Christianity will be a different religion if and it will return to the original track if members of churches will be bold enough to confront issues such as these in their churches. Say, yeah, dear, a sorry for an answer, sorry, ma, enya kukodro, no one said, near maybe one sorry one, echo so, na any tro concronon corner, ombetimi enya kukodro, no more year dear, to send ya any abaya ye day. So, to me, yes, sir, and Carbon say, Christosomono, a back the original path, a quiet nanke te, a was smart for no pension. Sananke behono. So, tea near Barbekia. Ninsen no. Was say, near na smart for no, and yan no, and a Pentecost, a sorry no ya day. Eh, and yanum, obi biara, or friend who said Christo ni, I said ye. It is every individual Christian's responsibility to study and to search the scriptures to find out the truth, as this lady has demonstrated. Christo ni biya said yes, say, obesuya sa achro konkri na warehwe no kore no sani yenu abai waye. If indeed we want to practice the true Christianity, say ye per se no kore Christo somono eno ne yenso so ye dia ene ye na unu se niam bi koso wo wasori awo anase bi kura na wachi ye nkyerechire bi no wo se nkyerechire yi die enne ni amasori can difference I was say wutumi a confront to that situation. If say onyankopon de opese woje won kwa o ti dan nyina ade e be chen no oba hunu say o mani pa bi eyi niam bi e de kyerɛw na se wo wanyo wadwene se obetie di a ene na wankasa jejereje na temu no ba woni anu yie biara bini anu ye nua ba beki na samu a oka ye no me pese adesua yesu anu me twemu mie no yedi nkan no eye nua ma osusu se ono wankasa na sori Pentecost for no ya enye Bible kwan so ye beka ho asem na afedi eto so mie no oka bibi so se eniema bi so wo ho no mo a oni Church of Christ for nya adwene emom no a Church of Christ for nkyerechire bi na wote ya e ma na adwene ba so titiriw efa sa enduso dudu ne sa sika no a sa sorry for ne jejeje no wotie ne kasa mu a kire se Church of Christ for akyerechire na mane hu niema bi na enso so no niema bi wo ho no mo a oni Church of Christ for enya adwene ewo o mo so nkyerechire bi a ikita wo no mo ho eno nti adesua yi Offin di kan no meka safa eye oni Pentecost for banta ne ho na afi ne etosumie no ya no so makasa afa ne also oni Church of Christ for enya adwen no ne nyina no ebegina kyerɛ konkron no so na ye de apɛ anoyi ne anom saa okun ya ayese ye nua ba beki ene ne nua no Pentecost for okun kura no ase ne sei uhwe video no wachire mu pote enye ade bi ono no ope ne ho anya anase bibia osusu se ye no ebe fame bi ene wo ope dabi ya na bi no mo se ya ko social media fame no ope ne de keka ho eye bibi na wo se wasua free kunkum bi de nka no wo se I have studied James chapter 1 verse 27 and has closely come to conclusion that the Church of Pentecost is neglecting the poor and the needy in the church. Even though I am aware that during the apostolic days, the poor were being cared for by the church. Okay, you know, say, Wasuya Yakubu woman ye James and woman Tiba Kujemo ye non sono. Now, Samoa James woman kind, no me say, ye kind no, a war a chokun community was say. James chapter 1 verse 27 was say, religion that God our Father accepts as a pure and faultless is this, to look after orphans and widows in their distress and to keep oneself from being polluted by the world. Was say nyamesom pa abodwo wo mu ene se obi ekohwe enyanka ne wisia ene ekunafo wo wa ahohia mu na wayi won efri saa tibia no mu enu ndiye ni abai esi saadie ene okohu ye ebo no pemise ye wo ehiafo wo mo kire wo bebre wo Pentecost asori mu na enso so no enya ade a wonum enya mo abi ntena obi sa se na Kristo so mo tie ade a ade na Pentecost of wo so mo so mo nye na mo mwa wonum na uti asem wo kan ye no ene se uti en ka se wo se de twa na wo kra ene de Pentecost chairman be kan ye no se en so dodo no de ye beje na enso so no ye mfa sika no emma mo asorefo no na se ubeje asore na wagya wo se ye kra de ku no minianom. According to ABENA BECKY, the pastors and the apostles of the Church of Pentecost live in a lavish lifestyle while the members are suffering. See, pastor for any apostles who know Pentecost, no, there's a Pentecost from Pentecost. One of the ye and even credit to Quran the woman phone so no, I saw the Toma one no more. It's your modaika. Asọrọ ni sika omde ma won so nya asem ketwa a wo mo adi yie na enso so ehiafo wa asọrọ mu no ekoso asofa enye na America o me Pentecost asọrọ me nkobi ye ni abai na ekasa asemi na o se eno na wo di yante sa o ya o kuma ekunafo o kuma ehiafo a ewa asọrọ no mu a wo mu ni ano na enso so asofo eni ne animofo yi ede sa ento so dudu ene be come and sow seed ene sika hodo obodi na onde aye omoye na asoro me hu amane yetoso mienu nso so a okan ene say he has also studied the Bible and find out that tithing and some unauthorized collections from the church such as seed sowing etc should not be collected by the modern day Christians. What say? Ni obesia atro no nso abewunu ene say. And to slow dudu any sika agigi bi say be sow seed, be tua we, yamfanwe we, they call districts, they call one nyina. What say? Enya ade a what say Christopher, ye jejeje say sika na say o retro kunkunu no mu a Sasi kaya ya jijie and so do no yade and Christosomo asade ni ho. So these are the two main allegations that caused her to be kicked out from the church. San semi and ofia say o de tata o no angasa ne nkro for Pentecost for. Sanka mon hwemu ye. Na mo won ye kurafo ne ahiafo ni san say sa na Christosomo no eche. Na enso so no wonumbu won ne gu so enunte amanaba public say obeka sa asem no na no na gina so ema wonomo epam no efri aso no ono ana kan say ye kiro krata the man say aso no o munne ne eni hwiye bio bania me pese me kan say enye Pentecost asore nko ena ejisa sika ndo so dudu ne the soul seed ne sa sika no a wo mo agigi no enye Pentecost asore nko. But also there are many Christian organizations and some religious body who also do the same, even though they have no authority or instructions in the Bible to collect these monies. So here moi, ye ni Bible ashedie biara say Christopher I was say agent to so do. Ye ni Bible ashedie biara say Christopher tie kasa ni yem say Christopher ebi awadwen be say na okọ Malakaya was say Malakaya nye Christopher ye nipa bebre ennim wo mo from say Christopher no ennim say sanjo so do hu asem wo kan no Jewfo no na wode won say ono mo enye ebe Christopher mu a wanka ehwo asem kura the Jewfo no kan say wo mi nzo say Jewfo no kan say afibia omonye ayi enkomo moa mfanyi wo moja adent na Pentecost asɔre akɔ fasa and so do na mmoa no yɛde bɔ afɔde ne ade ne de ne yɛ gyae adent na ɔsɛ saa nkrɔfoɔ no ɔmo nso do no ɔka sɛ ɔmo ankasa na eni homeda no ɔmo nka no kronkron adent na homeda de yɛ de mo nkɔnkɔfa isan sɛ mo adwene ne sɛ enso do no ene de sika bebrɛ mo ɛno na yɛ nua ba bɛki sɛ ɔne mo nya adwene no enianom sɛ ɔhwɛ mu kura na nso do no baaburu ba bia ne wɔn man nso do sika sɛ obi ehunu baaburu mba bia Jewfoɔ na ɔmo gye nso do na ɔmo de sika ene kɔ asɔre sɛ yɛntu nso do ni abraba kyerɛ ne sɛ bi ne mo de a ene mo a mo gye nso do nyinaa mo bɔ asɔre ma no korɔ no ena mo gye wɔn mo sika wabra enka kristosom ho na no na yɛ nua bɛyi twe na asɔre ma Pentecost fo adwene esisiwo enso so no enuanom sɛ da bi da eno nte yapam no efre asɔre no mo enuanom everyone practicing Christianity or Christian religion must understand say the practice is guided by a constitution. Obi biara usu ye Kristo ni na usu Kristosom no so wote ase ese Kristosom no embrada ho ye constitution ye mra eda Kristosom ho no eye apamfoforo no. The New Testament is the Christian constitution and not the Old Testament. I make sure you hear this ah ye na nipa bebre nim even though send yam the Old Testament no okoko yi ne ofu say this ka be ma no na de aka na omo ye Old Testament de ende no wajai adenti na onko practices sa ne mani nyana na ne osusu so yesika no even though title no ajuso do na yesika enso wonom nam sa nyansa kwan so ne nyansa krono yi so na ejeje eye asorofo yi esika eno de sister Becky say me ya no monsa anwe tworo no mobile na me ne yenu aba no ya adwen ti na mabɔ na abaso no asɛnse sansɛm a yenu aba yi kai hey Church of Christ for aka sansɛm ya ka ayam say ye ne ye ka no enya de a obi wese so dogo bi yente so dogo bi no aba na mo ankasa mo nipa aba be yi mu asutre say miano no ye enye baabo kwan so no ebi ebepusu ngrofo kakra. Now Paul says Christ has made us Christians ministers of the new covenant. Kinka akoroto fo ngoma etoso mienu timi ensan chitemo ye nsia no a Paul yes Christ Jesus sumene no wo say Christ Jesus amaya fata say apamfoforo ho asomfo ankasa apamda dawo wo say apamfoforo no ho asomfo se somo a yesom no apamfoforo mu na yesom apam ne omiye no wo say enya atwerede de no ye ne atwero no wo abo pono so a na edema Israelfo no wo say enya no so na ehwe so som Kristo Yesu na emom no eya apamfoforo. And that is why I'm saying say Christians we have constitution ye wombra ye constitution no any the New Testament that guide us apamfoforo no ene kire yen sane Kristo soma nkasa no yensim faso nye no nanso so enye se anuanom bi ni mo bebre nim pa opekwan obegye asorfo sikenti no na wakọ apamda da no mu akọ to niyama bi di bribri wo mo ani so na wa amfa wonto so dudu ama Nyankopɔ inhyirawo wote sa asemi efri Kristo Yesu nanum pen anasa wote sa asemi efri Paul anum Timothy Matthew o ma efom say Christopher no wote bi fre won animu da adenti enum afa nyansa kwan ejeje nkrofo sika ebraso say yenya kan mu ntie no mo ankasa mo nipa enum be kasa na mo hunu say ampa ade o se ehwe mu bio. I would rather advise the Church of Pentecost not to intimidate this lady or throw her out. Yeah, if you are medibema a Pentecost aso ne say enianom ma nwuna onua bai esanse okasa ansemi ana say mo nyi ne mfremu mu na mom rather you should check what she is saying. I was saying more near all canon. So if it does not conform to the scriptures, if it does conform to the scriptures, also mutie na mo angasa mo hwe turo no mo say ansamo aye ni aba Becky canon. Sana tro konkron no kana. Sometimes God can use such an occasion to correct people when they are doing wrong. Nyankopon to me fa kwan bi etese ne ni aba Becky so etwe nipa bi adwene simfum so bi a wono mo ye ho. So could it be that with all the zealousness seen with the Church of Pentecost, they still may have some things that they lack, or some things that can affect their chances of going to heaven? Ebet me aba say, ne ye ni aba yiye, kwan Nyankopon Pentecost sorry, mo adwene ese niema bi a betumi affect mo chances of going to heaven. Betumi affect it. Enunti Nyankopon ede hye Becky trimu say, kama unianom te se kwan ya on fa so eso me no enye Kristosom no. Ebetumi abasa. I don't know, but ebetumi so ayede abasa. Enunti na ye nua bai why so vocal na okasa ansemi. Unianom senim di kaka no Church of Christ, for the churches of Christ have been so proactive in their preaching against tithing and some unscriptural practices by the modern day Christian. Church of Christ for kasade ding 8 years asika dije basa ye ton Yesu moja ene wo mo afro se na yesi edifo no mo de akeka ho. Church of Christ for kasate ya sa niamai. Nanso enti enyanda fa de na family ene o mo di hu rankofo. Kristosom no fa de na family de enu. Bible no say there's only one faith. Bible no say there is only one body. Bible no say there is only one doctrine. Enti fa de na family no na chese one gasa na wachiche mrama ho. But Kristosom no enye enipa ene chiche mrama Nyankopon ne yede sum Nyankopon. Nyankopon de ne mra to order. The New Testament is given already to guide us. You shouldn't be adding anything to it or subtracting anything from it. Revelation chapter 22. Enunti ya ombra guide. Enti the enu aba no kano. Ya de Akan enso obi anya na adwene se wo tie. It seems this has fallen on deaf ears because of the gains these religious leaders get from these poor church members. Is that say ediska na ebra wo mo na wo beka se wonya obeja onyai e na abra Becky kai no wo se si ya me hia ase se me kasa no wo mo nse de me ye no emma wo no munyeska nti ebu afo me nuanom wo bede hunam wo niam material things ye chi na wa hwere wo dwene ho ti e be fra wo elder anase e be fra wo apostle anase e be fra wo the pastor no na asona so sika bro no wadie no and no na ehia wo anase you remain as the poor church member and get to heaven. Sometimes people will genuinely and ignorantly make mistakes in religion. The thought the B.O.B. or Honoma, na oyem from slow. People can practice some things which they think, they thought was right, but it wasn't. But in certain situations, so there are people who are aware of the false doctrines they teach and practice. Nonetheless, they continuously do it because of the money involved. Even sin in power say, "Asema yeni abekeke yeni munyesi yeni." Then so no. What say Church of Christ for the woman you so do so na. Ai na I giant so do na dia. Ye be dey to as of worker. Ye be dey ko apanfufuro no mu central so do na ye to as of worker. The who say why do say so peso so a. Ene na hwe kwan papa ye fa so egisika. Enye say obiya man so a no afa kwan bia so no age nkrofo sikadi. Nuanom sika pa enne wo mo from ho say asofo ne pastors ne bishops no anwan egie no anya asem keto a ye ka japade asa asofo yi bi ewo nam sa enduso dudu so see masofo de hwan beto Yesu moja beto sticker hwan no na won ya je wo huye no a mini anom eswani ensankofo nyina no omuntua kapre maban na enso so no se ne enu aba ba kikae no ye won go ye kunafo ye won ye hiafo eni enuma ye wo sa asore mu na enso so asofo yi wo yere no omoma ena omohwe wo no mini anom sometimes people can genuinely or ignorant to make a mistake, but in certain situations also no, some people, these pastors, they are aware. Mini anom says hani ama no mo ye na nje na say mo antie pastor Mensa Wotabel in Church of Christ for the kan ja me gina o me mfiso nti mo antie Mensa Wotabel kan dia ene ye mo adwen ba so what say Ghana ni o say asofo Ghana nyina so mo 100 da emu 95% they are fake nyame na meka Mensa Wotabel na kan ena asofo no bi ebu afusade nti Mensa Wotabel osa kaseti asesika mo didie no nyina no mo na ekoba o nanso enen adwen gradually ebie efrimfinhia besemienu ne ena metie ne Mensa Wotabel ka wate sa afedie wo se Bible no asori bi wo mu na asori no hya se o Jerusalem enye se na Church of Christ for ka kire mo da nanso so mo ntie o meniano yenua Wotabel na adwen eba no so enu nti na okeka sanse mu nyina ebe ko bi sam say na owura yi say no okọ Church of Christ na me say Awurade na ebie na say ye beka Pentecostal ne charismatics no omu ntie enti Nyankopon na mo no ankasa saa charismatic preacher e bi so na eniyama ye no kura na ye ka no omu ntie no wo say wo ka na wo ne omu nyina mo sesa mo adwen mini anom few months ago me ye video bi and what to the say scripturally eloquent but false teaching se bino mo hono mo a wo mo preach papa kuta Bible no na o kan wo je ho chinchin na ni pan pim etie no na enso so aya trompo an wo church atro enunti wo de okọ Facebook and say YouTube a hwehwe sa video no edin say scripturally eloquent but false teaching. Unya bo pe bonse video no be yaba. Se won huna o scripturally eloquent but false teaching. Na ma fa Paul Offin etwa so e be yabro. Maye ne brofo ene maye no Akan gasa so na etie. Na ebetimi aboa amwo hunu se enya won e practice se Christosum nyina no na kire se won no maye bibi o. It is imperative to note that God is using ABENA BECKY, who is their own church member, to correct their mistakes. Maybe a son imagine hear me. It's as a Pentecost, ya sorry, I saw ye. Nipa ni yechre. In this ABENA BECKY, ni all can someone tell me, pardon do a Pentecost for here. Practice sanctuary, ya ABENA BECKY say, what will say Bible when you're not correct. And unti, God want to save you people. You want to save everyone. Na America ka say ye Pentecost fonko and the gigi sound so do be gigi be so seed ni sika awodo wa gigi for asori ma ho. Kra de your organization and sorry one man churches no e dig crofo wu papa e wo sika gigi e mo. Amini anom. It can say it instead of listening to ABENA BECKY no and taking a second look into the matter with the Bible, they are just throwing her out from the church. Now, this remind me, say history, Bako say Mia, who be a friend, Saint Martin Luther, in 1517. Now, Oka Roman Catholic somehow, no one said the Roman 4 year, enye, netia ni etrokonkro no kano. Watro near ma, ahodo, a diocunum, 95 theses, and pasted it, and what the cobble Roman 4 sort of crown, and say, oh, quite sorry, now what kind was we fear rade and cast on her as my for 9 yes, hey, Roma for Munaya, Esicum. But instead of them accepting their fault and preaching the right doctrine, no, they rather fought him fiercely until he broke away and formed his own church, leading to mass Protestantism. Right? One woman in a queen or tin ho, and or cotte, sa Protestants, no, and then a desire Matim home, Matim Obebre, no, a buy no to cotte Lutheran church, that we swat and we swat and home. Many anum. Sana, my junior may send me ABENA BECKY Akan. Say, and ABENA BECKY was said, I saw Nkura Wajai, or quite sorry for flow. AB and Goy Bema was any of my cotton. The most practice away there. As Paul pleaded on behalf of his own brethren, the Jews, so is ABENA BECKY indirectly pleading on behalf of the Church of Pentecost. Paul said, so okay, kind a year Roman formula, it's a year a dummy, no. Right. Paul say, Osrema Ninianum Jufo. I didn't hear. According to Paul, the Jewish brethren had zeal for God, but not according to knowledge. Paul say, Romans chapter 12, verse 1 to 3. Romans chapter 10, rather, verse 1 to 3. Was it Makuma Swa dear? Mesre Edema won so benyankwa. I didn't hear. O Nyankopon homo de modie. Then so nim in the kwanso. And until being zealous for God, no, it's not the same as practicing the truth. You saw no. So sorry, hey, 1 year 2 months or Ghana, 1 year say 1 year, no just say, and the crano, and the kutamu. Hey, and you probably are sorry, a business, 1 day, only a sorry money, ye business. Ye business. And found quite ye crown cry, son and son be brave. Now, cancer son of Christos somebody, Nipa and quite ye in a radius to the barriers, but I no, and yet no. And so son, I saw man one cast out to a more won't ye. Yet the rain in our question depend more, instead say a day a very best church or Kunkunia, Christo yes, or the other way say, and none I enter mono. Near one more pastors in our master for Akan and over this, even though almost Job Sikadi. Eddie Yawon Hui Minianum to the Church of Pentecost, which has a large following and is very active in the Ghanaian, Christian community. But Nempesa Mitchell say, and Tressa be Biara a sorry more a Bible council. The Bini the Enu a Chimwa Genesis Rono. Miss Ramo, money Yenu Becky Enco. Name somewhere walk can. Won't you get to no. We are seeing Kobisa chairman, Pentecost chairman, no. On your Bible, he is not the authority. Near what's a Mukobisa and any you have to ask the scripture, the New Testament, find out if Christ and his apostles collected tithe. And not also Mubisa, and your chairman, no. Chairman, they say, we scout what the brand of it. Into all kinds of say, there be oyeni pa nemom chrono. This is what you have to consult and stop consulting the chairman. ABENA BECKY say. Now, look, the Acts of the Apostles. Or can send me. Okay, cast my phone you back with your back on me, no. What's ready until the Troy? What say, Theophilus, pa, Akan ne and woman me Troy and never near ready yes to buy no. Wobe a year na treachery. He came to demonstrate or practice and also to teach. The best of the say Christianity is all about the things Christ and his apostles did and also teach. So if anyone is practicing outside what the apostles did and Christ did, what you are practicing is a false doctrine. What you are saying. So what I believe the Church of Pentecost should have done is to consult the Bible again, which is the Christian constitution, and find out whether what ABENA BECKY is saying is the truth. Checking the Bible to find out the truth is everyone's responsibility. And non ABENA BECKY no ankasa atena se Osia wode nkrofo aye kyerɛ mu nkyerɛkyerɛ na wono ankasa so ahwehwɛ mu won sɛ asɛm we de or some Pentecost of 40. Yeah, no, and Yano Kwana no. Now, if you read Acts chapter 17, verse 11, Paul commended the Jews in Berea. Why? Because he said, these people, after hearing the message, they went back to search the scriptures and find out whether what they heard was right. Now, let me quote him well in Acts chapter 17, verse 11. It says that, now these Jews were more noble than those in Thessalonica, because they received the word with all eagerness and examining the scriptures daily to see if the things they heard were so. Minianum, Yeniaba Becky Asamoakano, Minianum Pentecost, or Munshemu Since someone walk on, and yes, I've been home whopping now. Name Yin and I am quadianti and ultramagony. Please do not fight this lady as she is telling the truth. I would rather you do not consult your chairman, but rather consult the authority of the Bible. And instead, search the scriptures yourself to find out whether or not Christians should pay tithe today. Minianum. And yet, item could never be brisika, mojeje, the soul seed, one in an Sasana, a powerful from a church dana. Crofobibri, a faculty crying equita Bible, and a year Jim Crofosica. According to Jesus, it's only those who practice and do the will of the Father that will inherit the kingdom of heaven, but not those who call on the name of the Lord. Matthew chapter 5, verse 21. Ye radidi aye bona ye buri ensem ne ye huri jampo ye baba ne de kekaka ha no. Enya no me de ko heaven o. Wa we sitie na wodi onyankopon mra so una have o ko heaven. Enya no me de ebesia. Nemom, there are some things also that Adra Becky or ABENA BeckY also said she doesn't agree with the churches of Christ, even though she claims the Church of Christ is on the same path as the apostles. Also, her Bible no more. Also, they are small funny here. No, the Church of Christ 4 years. Then so never be a hard more or no more ya or no more any. So, if I say we hear the video, no cancer one name. Nema was so on the Church of Christ 4 years. Now, your back parts 2 no so are. Your bania baby mo at the Bible at 2. Send ye any about key can. And o cray, the son of Church of Christ 4 can. There's a son or more canons or so are saying in a Bible no essay. Into the video, now we are the addition of Aquarium.
And Church Ben, I was one who Church of Christ are now, and your Ben, I was one who Church of Christ are. Ebia won't pay or person would teen or public said a bear also. Aha, and he said, oh, baby, I can't. We are there. Yakom, and come on, the pa.
Yo, Yamishla Dofuina, Church of Christ, and Church about Qua, minimum anya dream. Ewo home a year, say, Quesia down Qua, I was say, Unipa sum. Quesia down Qua, I say the passum. I sent Church Bisa, afa my dream. And
okay.
Bakubi so say, no, not Church of Christ, maybe ATG, say, one to me, I'm Westwa. I say, heaven, no, we see a kick a cry,
okay.
One to me, I'm Westwa. Now, maybe a somebody, a medidi, maybe see how my boys, we could not wear soon. Maybe almost drew baby as some boys, your boys. Then, woman, no. Me say obi she baby special ya ye wa kwanchi mu no ye mu bi no mo ebi no matu kwan akọ arabu mamu ebi no mo nam desert so ebi no mo nam baby a esubo no onya chance mu asu nti ya na me bisa say esubo no so obi am asu a esi ne heaven kwan ana say by force say we se nipa ye di nipa nu nsuo mu epia na no na what time about console?
Yeah,
when church about console, so I don't see you can say. I saw about Copa SS Nipa Church of Christ. I was also more challenge Kakao.
I was also okay. I saw about Copa and Nipa, I just about heaven.
Church of Christ. I don't see how no movie can so we were challenging the
Okay.
whole
And also, one more can I tell. Now, I said, why are you confused?
My confused. Now, yes, I was a bit Church of Christ as well. I'm quite there. So, wait,
Okay. A bass, I don't know. Why should I share in church? A far as sorrow home.
no, me home. Or software, see a man in church, be a no, say Church of Christ in Kwani, as well was a deeper corner. But what culture no munswa ye hu asafo ahodo nson e was e wo twa no ye hu
7 churches in the Asia Minor.
7 churches nti some of them me attack pa any sad types in church na me sikagigye bebrebe no enye part of Christianity nti Church of Christ for there mon church bi ni there me ya na nhye da ha ma adwen say wo mo nam kwambone so ehwe nyame ma ho sika ema nyame mba bedi hia wahu womo de no na ha adwen bebre a asem ka ho asem mo pa